that you do her on purpose. Sing like a singing on key. Talk to the girl that intimidates you. Pretend that you're brilliant and charming. I said pretend that you're brilliant and charming. Hey!
Welcome, everybody. Later with Jason Suel. It's season 8. We're rolling right along. So glad that you are tuned in to our show. Bo, how's it going, man?
I mean, we're still here. I'm still on my couch. We're still we're calling each other via video chat. I mean, we're making it, man. All is well.
I know. I'm looking forward to the day where we're going to be back like in the same place at the same time. But for now, I mean, these virtual calls have worked really well. Props to FPTV for kind of helping us navigate these virtual episodes of the show.
It's great because I get to wear sweatpants and, you know, we don't normally get to do that in the studio. So that's great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Speaking of great things, man, we got a great episode of the show lined up and I'm really excited about it. So, you know, the Idol Class magazine, you see this magazine, it comes out occasionally. It really spotlights kind of the artists of the whole state of Arkansas, both culinary art, performing art, you name it, they do it. So we've got Julia Trupp, the editor-in-chief of the magazine, coming on the show to tell us what you can expect with the Idol Class this year. That's exciting. And then our great friend, Darren Crisp Recording Studios. They've got a music video for us, and we've got a partnership that we just worked out with them. They do great work. They're going to be providing some music videos for us.
And I think we're going to be making some cocktails, aren't we?
Cocktails coming up. Brandon Davidson, you know him. I mean, he is the man. He is a mixologist extraordinaire. He's going to be making a classic cocktail for us today. And then I'm headed back over to Eureka Springs. You know, the Eureka Springs Parks and Rec, they've been doing a lot of great work, and they've invited me to come out, hang out on their trails, in their city parks, and do some fun stuff. So we're going to go to a clip of that right now, and then stick around because it's a very exciting episode of our show. It's all happening later. Jason Suel here for Bike Eureka. We are out here at beautiful Lake Leatherwood City Park in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. And we are fortunate enough right now and honored to be joined by the mayor of Eureka Springs himself, Butch Berry, joining us. And something I just learned about Butch is that he is a native, right? You're from here, so you've seen a lot of transition in this space, but it's also stayed true to the nature that it was created to be. Talk to us about what you love about Lake Leatherwood and what it means to the city of Eureka.
Well, like you mentioned, I was born and raised in Eureka Springs. I remember growing up, and Lake Leatherwood was a place we came out to swim, hike, boat, canoe, and it's still basically, I can look down at the dam, and look up toward the fishing dock or the swimming dock. It's all still pretty much the same as it was 50 years ago.
Yeah.
But we've added some attractions. The boat dock has expanded out. Of course, now we have a handicapped access for kayaks.
Yeah.
That's just been new within the last 2 or 3 years. And then we got the first gravity trails between the Rocky Mountains and the Appalachians.
It's amazing. Those Lake Leatherwood trails, those gravity trails that you mentioned, are just awesome. You can drop in at the top and ride all the way coast, all the way down really to the bottom, and then you end up very close to where we're sitting right now.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, now we're joined by Justin Huss. He's with Eureka Springs. We've also got Dustin Slaughter joining us to talk to us a little bit about the trails. Let's start with you, Justin. Again, this place, man, it's got camping and it's got boating, all things, all kind of amenities happening out here. Tell us about this beautiful city park.
Absolutely. Really just kind of your one-stop outdoor experience here. Really are. We have tent camping, we have some electric sites, we have a few RV sites, we have cabins, we have some camping cabins, which are kind of in between camping and a cabin. Yeah. Obviously we have 80-acre spring-fed Lake Leatherwood is the heart of our park out here, which offers us our boat rental fleet of canoes, kayaks, paddle boards, pedal boats. Excellent fishing in the lake, and you can do that all without ever leaving the park. You can spend a whole weekend or week here and do something different every day.
That's right, you totally could. And speaking of one of the things you can do every day if you choose to is biking. You can do parking and riding. You can camp, spend the night, and ride the trails. Talk to us, Dustin, about the trails here and how they connect to Lake Leatherwood City Park.
Yeah, like you said, Jason, it's a great place where you can come, you can park your car, and you have tons of options, tons of variety of trail, anything from cross-country trails that go up and down the mountains that surround the park. There's 7 gravity-fed trails here that you can take a shuttle up, ride down, and you can do that as many days as you want. And you know, with access to over 100 miles of trail in Eureka now, or close to it.
Yeah, right around there.
You know, it's endless. The opportunities you have to come stay here and ride your bike.
Yeah. I'm curious, are the shuttles open right now? Because I know for a time during the pandemic they've been closed.
Yeah, we have the shuttles operating on weekends now, and we do have the official Leatherwood Gravity Project Facebook page that we try and keep our hours up on that. Lots of people wanting to ride, lots of people out here today. We've seen lots of folks out here as we've been talking.
Yeah,
so.
for sure. And then one of the things I love about it is there's plenty of space too for social distancing for folks who are concerned about being outside and being able to keep your distance. You can absolutely do it here at beautiful Lake Leatherwood City Park in Eureka Springs. Well, we have had a beautiful day here at Lake Leatherwood in Eureka Springs. Absolutely gorgeous. And there are multiple ways to pedal. You can cycle. You can also rent a pedal boat, which we have done. You guys ready?
Yep.
All right, Jason Suel for Bike Eureka. Let's ride.
Sam's Furniture doing good. Shine a spotlight on your neighborhood.
Well, we're here in the dining section at Sam's Furniture, and we're joined by Chris Fox from Bethany Christian Services. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about what the nonprofit does.
Okay, so we're a faith-based Christian organization, provide pregnancy counseling and adoption services for families in Northwest Arkansas. So if there's a pregnant mom out there, she doesn't know what to do, she's scared, she can come to us and we'll talk to her about her options of if she wants to parent or if she'd like to place for adoption. And then also my primary responsibility is to go out and talk to adoptive families, let them know the process of adoption, and walk them through the process of doing the adoption, meet them at the hospital and support them if they are adopting a baby. And then make sure they get settled in once that baby is placed in their home.
Man, you guys do so much. If people are watching right now, they want to get involved, they want to learn more, how can they do that?
They can go to www.bethany.org, or they can email us directly at rmorris@bethany.org.
Man, you got all the info. I love it. Bo, what's
I think it's time to get involved.
Welcome back, everybody. Later with Jason Suel. So glad you're tuned in. We're joined right now by the editor-in-chief of the Idle Class magazine, Julia Trupp, is joining us. Welcome back, Julia. You were on the show many seasons ago. Do you even remember that?
You know, it's in my memory somewhere.
Seems like an old faded dream.
Faded dream. When you're, you know, doing a scene with Captain Brazil or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. Yes.
No, it's a time. It was a time.
Yeah. It was a time we had, and obviously your career has taken you in a lot of different places, but now you've landed at the Idle Class magazine. So for our viewers who might be unfamiliar with the Idle Class, can you tell us a little bit about that? Before we get into, I know you're partnered with kind of the Black Apple Awards as well, but let's talk about the magazine itself. Tell us about that.
Yeah, definitely. So the Idle Class is a statewide magazine. We're based in Fayetteville, but we cover the entire state of Arkansas. And our goal is to celebrate and showcase the arts and culture within the entire state.
Yeah, it's so important. Obviously, we share that sort of mission, I guess, the show and the magazine, both wanting to spotlight the arts and culture of our state, of our region. Maybe tell us about what goes into putting this publication together. And does it happen every month? Like, are you working right now on future editions of the publication? Talk to us about what goes into it.
It's probably constant work.
Right.
It's pretty much every day, 24/7, because so much is always happening, whether it's like seeing something pop up on Facebook or walking down the street being like, whoa, there's a new mural in the works. What's happening? Let's get the scoop on that. I will gather contributors, gather designers, artists, illustrators, whoever might have work that could fit.
Are you still looking for contributors? How do people reach out to you if they think, hey, this is my jam, this is something I want to see if I'm good at contributing to?
Yeah, definitely. So the website is idleclassmag.com, and my email is editorial@idleclassmag.com.
Very
so
cool.
very, very easy to get
Easy.
in the
Easy.
magazine. And our Instagram is at the Idol Class. So
Bo's doing it right now. Bo is following you and sending you a message right now as we speak.
Yeah.
Hey, Julia, before we let you go, I know that the Black Apple Awards is a big part of what you do and a way to celebrate artists and people in the culinary scene. You kind of celebrate Arkansas each year at the Black Apple Awards. Talk to us maybe a little bit about that. And if you can, let us know, like, what are the plans? What does it look like right now for the Black Apple Awards in this year?
with Black Apple Awards, that's another thing we're still trying to figure out and put on the board. We have a really awesome relationship since working with Theater Squared last year. That's where we had the Black Apple Awards last November, and it was fantastic. It just turned out amazing. Last year we had Jeffrey Cantu come up from Fort Smith and reveal one of his artworks, and it just hung off of the staircase of Theater Squared, and it kind of welcomed people into the space and really brought a different sort of energy as well. We've had culinary. Case DeGuero planned a whole menu for the VIPs last year. That was delicious, and he's just amazing. I mean,
he's great.
He's a regular on the show.
Yeah, he is.
Everyone loves that guy. He's great.
You had like NWA Ballet Theater.
Yeah, NWA Ballet performed. Blake Worthy performed. We had Amos Cochran.
Yeah.
Do his piece as well for Blake Worthy's dance. I mean, it's really just a beautiful, magical way to. Last year, it was kind of a way to close out the year and kind of celebrate all of the beauty and wonder that is the art scene in the city.
So what I'm hearing you say is that our viewers need to stay tuned, need to keep their finger on the pulse to find out the future plans of the Black Apple Awards for this year. But I'm sure whatever it is, whether it's virtual, whether it's postponed, whatever, it's going to be amazing because you guys put so much heart and effort and passion into what you do. And we really appreciate that you're part of our community. And thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us, Julia. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. I'm always so pumped to talk with you, not only on the show, but outside of it too. It's really been a magical experience, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Yeah. Well, thanks for joining us again. Stick around, folks. We got more happening later.
Feeling down out there, this might give you a lift. Nothing's impossible, I have found, for when my chin is on the ground, I pick myself up, dust myself off, start all over again. Don't lose your confidence if you slip. Be grateful for a pleasant trip and pick yourself up, dust yourself off, start all over again. Work like a soul inspired till the battle of the day is won. You may be sick and tired, but to be a man, my son. Will you remember the famous man who had to fall to rise again? So take a deep breath, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start all over again. Like a soul inspired till the battle of the day is won. You may be sick and tired, but to be a man, my son. Will you remember the famous man who had to fall to rise again? So take a deep breath, pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and start right over.
Welcome back, everybody. Later with Jason Suel. We are so privileged right now to be joined by the beverage director from Rope Swing Hospitality, Brandon Davidson, joining us. Talk us through a classic cocktail. It's a Negroni. Obviously, I've switched locations because I love this drink so much that I wanted to make one along with Brandon. And I think Bo is just going to be...
I wore my Negroni shirt. I love Negronis.
Yeah. So, hey, Brandon, welcome to the show. Let's talk about the Negroni. Tell me how do you put this thing together?
Yeah, so the Negroni classic cocktail comes from around 1919, 1920, Italian drink. It's a 3-ingredient drink. I love 3-ingredient cocktails because you get an opportunity to, there it is, Bo's showing it off there. You got your gin, you have your sweet vermouth, and then you have your Campari. So you've got a strong element, you've got a sweet element, and you have a bitter element, all those three together. And when they combine, there's like some kind of alchemy that happens in the glass and makes an amazing cocktail.
So it's just equal parts of these 3 drinks right here.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So that's
so it's easy to make a huge one if you want.
Right. So you have a Negroni right there in your 3 bottles if you just want to start drinking, right? So
right. Pour them all in the same bucket, Negroni.
Right, there you go. But usually it's about an ounce of each one, or you're eyeballing it there. So that's about an ounce. Yeah.
That's a good ounce.
That's a healthy ounce. And then you want to do your vermouth.
Do you need to put them in a certain order?
Oh, not for this. No, you're gonna stir it up all together.
Well, and here's a little fun tip if you're actually bartending. The old bartender rule is put your cheapest ingredient in first and then your most expensive in last. So if you screw it up, you don't waste as much of the good stuff.
Absolutely. Don't ever forget that. It's also, I guess, true for home too, but you're going to drink it. You'll drink your mistakes at home always. Right?
That's right.
So,
all day long.
You got your last one. You got your 1 ounce of Campari. Which you want to add if you have. Great.
You got to stir it
up a little bit. Yeah.
Or the classic Italian. You start with your finger.
Or the finger, which is the traditional way. Gilles Regan, rest in peace, started that trend, stirring with his finger. The great thing about a 3-ingredient cocktail as well is you can play Mr. Potato Head games with that cocktail and pull out an ingredient, sub in another one, and see what you come up with. So that's why I love the Negroni personally and 3-ingredient cocktails, because there's infinite number of varieties and variations that you can do. So I'm going to use mezcal today for instead of gin. We're going to do 1.5 ounces actually of this. I'm actually going to tweak the ratios as well on you. As I was playing with this drink.
You're getting reckless, Brandon.
I know, it's getting crazy. We're getting crazy. So I have 1.5 ounces of mezcal.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do 3/4 ounce of our bitter Campari. And then we're going to do 3/4 ounce of our yellow chartreuse. You have 2 choices there. I tried it with the green chartreuse, Bo, but the yellow chartreuse actually worked a lot better.
I can imagine it would. Yeah, I think that's a smart move.
So there we go. Now I'm going to add my cube. I'm just going to throw 1 big ice cube in there, and we're going to stir it in the glass.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now we're making these Negronis because I know something special is happening. It's like Negroni Week or something. Can you tell us about that, Brad?
Yeah, absolutely. So Negroni Week is literally right around the corner. So September 14th to the 20th this year. It's typically held in the summer months. They moved it to the fall. And this year it's a little bit different. And for those of you that don't know what Negroni Week is, it is a week-long celebration of one of the greatest cocktails in the world, the Negroni, but it's also an amazing opportunity to raise funds and support for different charities. And so this year, it's a little bit different. It's going all virtual online, so everyone can enjoy the Negronis safely. But they'll still be able to donate to certain charities. And this year, it's all focused on the hospitality industry, which, as we all know, was one of the hardest hit industries due to the pandemic. So
yeah, Pinpoint has always participated in Negroni Week, and it was really rough not get to do it this year, but it's really cool that it's being shifted. And you know, I know just as you and I both work in the hospitality and beverage industry, and it's been brutal. It's been brutal.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So this is a great opportunity to try to help some of those businesses, those small bars and restaurants, to make a comeback there. So NegroniWeek.com is the place you want to go to see what charities that you can donate to online, and also find some great Negroni recipes as well.
Well, and I'm not at my bar, so I don't have all of my toys, but I thought I'd just make a Negroni in my mouth.
Yes.
With Amaros and gin. And it was hard.
All right, here we go. Cheers then.
Cheers. Cheers.
Beautiful.
It's delicious. I really want to try yours. I got to get those ingredients, Brandon, and try that at home. I think it looks great.
Yeah,
You want to try mine, Jason?
Yeah, can we meet up later?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice one. I enjoy this a lot, actually. I just started playing around with it. So, yeah, it's good stuff.
Sure. Yeah. Well, Brandon, thank you so much for taking the time to join us, filling us in on not only Negroni Week, but also how to make that special kind of Negroni that you made right there. It's great, great stuff. If people are interested in rope swing and like all of the restaurants and the establishments that you have going on, what's a website? Where can we check it out?
So you can go to ropeswinggroup.com, and that has a list of all of our restaurants and bars, all currently located in Bentonville.
Awesome. Great. Thanks, Brandon. Again, cheers, guys. As we go to break, let's cheers together. Cheers. Stick around, folks. We got more happening later. Wow, what an episode. Great show. If you like what you saw, check us out on social media. We're on all the social media platforms. You can send us an email over at laterwithjasonsuel.com.
And start following now. You're right at the beginning of season 8. It's the perfect time to like and subscribe.
Yes, season 8 is going so well so far. We want to thank our amazing guests from this episode, Julia Trupp from the Idle Class magazine, and of course the great folks at Bike Eureka Springs Parks and Rec for showing me a great time out there on the trails.
And of course, we got to celebrate our favorite cocktail, mine anyway, with Brandon Davidson. We got to listen to some great sounds from Crisp Studios with Darren Crisp.
That's right, and that's our show. We'll see you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.